Hi, everyone. Welcome to an interview with State Treasurer of Kansas candidate Lynn Rogers. I am Tai Edwards with Women for Kansas. Thank you for watching this video interview. I'm with Women for Kansas Action, and this is part of our educating voters effort for the 2022 election. So thank you so much for joining us today, Treasurer Rogers. This is wonderful to share this information with our
Yeah,
um, vast network. So we're so glad you're here with us today.
thank you.
All right, I'm just going to start right off so you can help educate some of our voters and friends across the state.
Okay.
Tell us about the responsibility of the Kansas State Treasurer. What responsibilities are involved in that position?
Well, I often explain it to people as that I'm the state banker, and so I help make sure all the money gets counted each and every day. We balance the checking accounts. We issue all the bonds for cities, counties, and school districts. We send funds to cities, counties, and school districts from the state revenue sharing. We don't collect taxes, but we take care of all the rest of the money. We work with all the state agencies. We manage and handle the unclaimed property. It's about 400 million that's outstanding that we want to get back to people. kansascash.ks.gov. You can check it out. And we also handle the 529 Learning Quest accounts. Uh, uh, Also, we do a number of loan programs with idle deposit money that is sitting there, and we can loan it to agriculture, housing, and economic recovery. And we do a number of other special projects. When the legislature assigns those to us, we then do them.
Awesome. I always feel like my memory of the treasurer's office is at the state fair where you can check on the
Yeah, check
computers
it
for
here.
unclaimed
Right.
property.
We have tried to expand that a little bit to include other things, but that checking for unclaimed property is the most popular. So
I bet it is. Okay, so tell us, what priorities have you focused on while serving as treasurer, and why should Kansans elect you to this office again?
well, when we got here, similar to what Governor Kelly and I found when we got into the governor, lieutenant governor position, was that this office was kind of in disarray. Not that it wasn't doing its job, but it wasn't expanding, and a lot of projects had been canceled. The previous treasurers have kind of just used this office to run for Congress. We were using 1980s technology for banking procedures. We've updated those. The unclaimed property system was almost 16 years old. Update had been canceled, so we've gotten that one rolling. If you remember last February, we had the natural gas price spikes, and because of the legislative law that got passed and the governor signed within 12 hours, the bill became law the next day, and then we actually had the funds and applications ready to go the next day to help about 80 communities save themselves and not file bankruptcy. So there's a lot of things that we've done to make this office much more professional. We've been working really hard to upgrade the technology and things of that nature. And I think that's, to me, the real important part of this job is being competent in this job and being able to do that and to use it for the benefit of ordinary Kansans and not use it just to benefit my political career. I tell people I have no intention or plans to ever run for Congress, and so I'm not going to use the office for that. But there's a lot of really good things that we can do to help ordinary Kansans. We'd like to expand retirement savings. We'd like to expand education, not just for kids, but for adults. And how do we do things like that? Well, I think the state treasurer can be the key aspect in that regard.
Wow, okay, great. So speaking kind of related issues there, you as treasurer, you are a trustee on the board of the Kansas Public Employees Retirement System, which of course many of us know as KPERS.
Right.
What are the biggest challenges facing KPERS, and how are you and the board working to address them?
Well, there's 9 trustees on the board, and 4 are appointed by the governor, 1 by the Speaker of the House, 1 by the Senate President, and then 2 are elected, 1 by teachers and 1 by first responders. So we have a lot of really good people on that board. We're working hard. Of course, we worked hard with the legislature this year to make sure that funding was bumped up. And part of that, there's folks that like to claim that they quote unquote saved KPERS. Unfortunately, they're also the same people that voted to delay payments, during the Brownback years about 12 times, or didn't make the payments at all. And that was one of the things the governor did this last year, is made sure that that all got paid back. And then the legislature did put some additional money because of our good budget ending balances into it. So funding and making sure that the vested amount is updated is a big one. We've had to look at what other districts or what other plans like this are doing. There's about 130. We were making sure that our investments are, key and online. I see as our biggest future is continuing to make sure that we get up to 100% vesting, that the money and all retirees should know that their funds are protected, and the state has an obligation to continue to fund those, no matter whatever the funding level is. But the way we get to that is by, having great investment results. And of course, this is a year where investment results are not real good, but we're coming off of 2 years where we've had excellent. I think we also need to talk about how do we fix and look at the COLA. There is no COLA. How do we give our existing retirees some benefits from that? I think we need to enhance. We have KPERS 1, 2, and 3, and current employees are under KPERS 3. It's not a very lucrative system. It's kind of a mix between a pension and a 401k. We've got to do better by our employees. It's something that doesn't recruit and retain people like the pension used to do. So we've got to work on that. So I think there's things of that nature. It's very well managed. I'm very pleased with that. But we've got to make sure that employees are participating in that and the 457 KPERS plan, and what we can do to improve everybody's future retirements.
Awesome, great. How have you fostered transparency while serving as treasurer, and how will you expand transparency going forward?
Well, we put a lot of our information on our website. We're probably one of the few agencies, and we're one of the few agencies that have our own IT staff. So we're able to make sure that our systems are current and quick. If you go to some of the other state electeds, they're very cumbersome. They don't have that IT staff that can keep the system up to date. We've also been expanding. We're looking right now at how do we reach out to our communities of color. We've been doing more advertising in those types of local newspapers and magazines and weeklies. We're also looking at how do we change our website so that it includes in other languages, Spanish, Vietnamese, things of that nature. So we're working on some of those. We're trying to expand our office so that we have other languages spoken, and so that we can communicate and talk to folks in that regard. And then I'm a big believer in getting out of Topeka and getting into the state as much as we can. Since just even last August, I put about 40,000 miles on my car. For some of that's campaigning, but we go to grocery stores, we go to coffee shops, we speak at Rotaries and Lions clubs. We continually reach out to all of those folks. We also make sure that, like recently with the drought and the fires in the Ellis County area, we've let people know about our economic recovery loans. I just think this is an office that, again, we don't let people know what we do, and if they don't know, they don't know how to use it. And then I think one of the other things I sense also when I'm out on the road, oftentimes I get questions about other state agencies, and when we get those, I try to get those back to the secretary or to the agency chief, so that they know that there's somebody following up and checking things out for them.
Awesome, wonderful. So where can voters find more information about you and your campaign?
Well, we have a website, rogersforkansas.com, and that's ROGERS, the word for, FOR, and then the word Kansas.com. So rogersforkansas.com. They can find out all about my background, being on the Wichita School Board, being a state senator, being the lieutenant governor. All of those kinds of things are included there. But we'd love for them to interact. If they've got questions, they can email us from that website. We have a Facebook page, we've got an Instagram page, and a Twitter page. We ask people to follow that as well to know what's going on and see what's happening.
Well, wonderful. That sounds like some of the same places where you can find Women for Kansas information.
Exactly. So
we plan on posting this video on our Facebook page, Women for Kansas, and on our YouTube channel, Women for Kansas. And
great.
I just want to thank you so much, Treasurer Rogers, for taking time to talk to us today. And like you said, educate folks on what the Treasurer's Office does and how they can engage with it, and on your campaign. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and appreciate the work that Women for Kansas have done for as long as you've been in existence. So thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.